All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Conrad Boyd, and I want to take a second to introduce our speaker tonight, Jonathan Way. I've known Jonathan for about a year now. I've been a student of his mentorship program, the Greystone X Mastermind, and we're even partners on a couple of multifamily deals. So, a little bit about Jonathan's background. He spent several years in the corporate finance world on the tax side of things. Back in 2018, he founded Greystone Capital Group and has been investing in real estate full time since then. He's also a mentor. Like I mentioned, he's got the Greystone X Mastermind program where he offers one-on-one coaching on capital raising, business development, using AI, scaling your business, and all sorts of things. Throughout his career as a real estate investor, Jonathan's been involved in over $100 million worth of real estate transactions. He's had over 2,300 doors under management, and he's continuing to grow Greystone Capital. So I've learned a lot about AI, among other things, through one-on-one coaching with Jonathan. So I'm looking forward to tonight's presentation, and hopefully you all can gain some knowledge out of it. So I'll turn it over to Jonathan now. Thanks.
Appreciate you being part of my student mastermind. And today I want to welcome everyone to this special webinar. I want to give you some value for you to help you scale and grow in your real estate business. I feel that we're in a golden age. I think you should be very happy and excited that right now it's kind of like the age where Jeff Bezos started creating Amazon, and it was relatively new and people didn't know exactly how it's going to go out. And you can see the success he has right now. We are in a good age to take advantage of the power of AI and what AI can offer us. So you get to understand right now is a gold rush, and I want you to be on top of it because for those who utilize AI as a tool in your business and take it serious enough that you know how to use it, how to leverage it, it's gonna grow your business into millions of dollars. And I can see how it's enhancing many businesses, especially many YouTubers I've seen creating the power of AI. So yeah, so we want to begin with talking about how what is AI and why should you embrace AI? And basically, AI today is everywhere. I have a vacuum at home. It's a robot vacuum. I have a mop that mops my floors that we program it. The EV I drive is a robot on wheels. So everything around me is truly driven by AI. And every year as time goes by, it gets more advanced. So it's we're in an age now where you should embrace it and leverage the power of the AI to help us to automate processes and reduce some of the old methods we've been using. And we're gonna go through step by step how to do that in this video to show you how effective it is. Okay. One of the questions I want to always tell my students and my audience is why content is key to growth. So what you have to understand is like this. We're in an age where effectively content is like everything. So when you have content that basically is your key revenue driver, it's going to drive your business to your core audience. And if you can produce great content that resonates with them and solves the pain points, then you're going to have a business that will match essentially a customer who's searching for pain points and how to grow to what you're offering. When you cross that bridge, that's where you have that $1 million business. So that's why I want you to understand that so you can see how that works. Now, in this situation, so first thing you want to understand is when you do any business, especially online now, you have to build visibility. And how you do that is so it's up to you. If you're like a shy person, like an introvert, you can be faceless and don't have to show your face. But I do recommend you try to get out of your shell and be face because people can know your face and trust your brand and build your content around it. But some people are very shy. They don't want to be on a fake camera. So you can also do faces as well too. You can create an AI agent face and just put that on there or just put no face on it. So that's another possibility you can do as well. But the key to winning this business, this game, is creating content. You have to, some of the KPIs like, what's the IRR, what's the ARR, what's the cash and cash, and what do you see in a deal that you like. So once you know that and you talk about those items, you establish credibility on your online content. And how this and the secret to this is how this builds you $1 million business is because if you say, let's say for example, I create a content on YouTube. What a YouTube does, the algorithm is like this, it's simple. You see, YouTube is just a platform that using many users to create content, so they get paid the revenue by the company, and they pay you a portion of it. So in the arbitrage, they make a lot of money. They control the traffic, so they're the king of traffic right now. And that should so depending on how they are, Chat GDP and others are trying to take away the traffic. But what you don't understand is you have to use YouTube as a marketing tool to actually self-promote yourself automatically. Because how they do that is based on your content, based on your growth and algorithm, they see that it's trending, people like it, and it's authentic. It actually promotes you. So every video you watch from that creator, it says, hey, click on the next video. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so as long as you consistently upload, let's say you do once a week, the key is consistency. If you post on LinkedIn, it has to be consistent. If you post once a week, you post once a week. As long as you're consistent, you establish credibility. You can attract your avatar, your clients. You can showcase expertise. You can drive engagement and support growth. So what happens is you become an influencer over time, as you build your educational platform about what is syndication, why do passive investors should vet certain operators. Are they taking money out from reserves or is it net operating profit? All these things establish your credibility in educating them, giving them a platform to go to, and trusting you as a leader in the space. So if you're like raising capital and you want to get investors, when they come to you, you can create a fund and you're managing a fund and you become the face of that fund. And you have to educate them on, oh, maybe this might be the right pick for you because this operates an established, has a proven track record. He give them all these guidance, which you're looking for that guidance. So you're looking for that need from that what they need and what you build out together as a bridge, and then there you go, you got a business. So this is why to win this game, you have to create content consistently, and you have to do it in authentic in a personal way. So I want to go through something that's very important for you to understand that when you're on an online business, if you're doing like me, or raising capital all the time, we have many deal flow all the time, and we're scaling and growing every single year. What you need to understand is to build a successful business, you need something called the GAP framework. The GAP stands for growth. So you have to focus on popular trends, stuff that people want to be interested in. So for me, I like to talk about raising capital because that's what I do. I have a mastermind called Raising Capital. So I talk about how to use AI and tools and Chat GDP to help you raise capital on autopilot. And that's trending, and that's what promotes my channel. And I use certain techniques that can to get me very high levels of views on my YouTube channel. And it's trendy too. So try to find a topic that is trending that can solve a pain point to your ideal avatar, which is if you're looking for like dentists or whoever your avatar is, try to target that niche to them. And that's how you get the growth content. The second out of the gap framework is the authority content. So authority means you want to showcase that you can solve their problems, provide actionable tips and lessons and case studies. So like let's say that I have a dentist, he said, you know what, I have an issue. I'm selling my house, I have $500,000. I want to save taxes, and how should I do that? And since I have a tax background, CPA, I could guide him. So listen, if you're looking for ways to save taxes because you make too much money, or you're selling a house and you want to offset the house, we can always invest passively in our deals. We can give you cost segregation, tax benefits. We can calculate the estimated benefit for you. and see if that works. Another way is you can do a 1031 exchange where they can put a like-kind exchange and offset those taxes. So there's various methods that we can explain to an investor that he can do, and he can always check that with CPA as well. But I'm saying that these are the concepts you gotta explain to them. And what you're doing, you're solving a big problem. He doesn't like the IRS. No one does. No one's paying a lot of taxes. So if you can solve that issue, provide them a solution like a good deal, and a better operator, then you have a solution, right? And they will trust you. They want to go with you, and put the money in your deals. So so the last one is P, which is very important. It's called personal content. So a lot of times, what I emphasize to my students in my mastermind is you need to share personal stories and be vulnerable about it. So like I could say a story, hey, when I was in school, I was an immigrant and from Asia, and I couldn't speak English that well. I didn't do well in English. English was very hard. It was very hard for me to learn. I didn't, understand Shakespeare that well. I couldn't do plays, and I struggled with that. And you just show those vulnerabilities, and I said, you know what? But after I did so many times, I wrote, my hands fell off. I got an A in the essay. So something like that, you show those true stories that's very personable, that shows your struggles. They want to hear that struggles, because that's real life. They want to see that, and they actually want you to win at the end. It's like the Karate Kid. They want you to come back and win. So if you can do that and resonate with them, it creates deep connection with your audience and cultivate a loyal following, especially on YouTube. If you create a channel on YouTube and you say, listen, this is, we tried this, it didn't work, and now we figure out this method. So they don't follow your journey. So this is why I think you can follow this consistent framework called the GAP framework: growth content, authority content, and personal content. Then you have a really good business model that you can grow, and scale. Okay. So in this space, we are in a new age. Now AI is very prevalent, I think, in the news. Chat GDP, Gemini is Google, Copilot is Microsoft. You have other companies, Claude, Anthropic, Perplexity. So you have so many makers of AI tools, gonna be a lot of them coming out. And I just want to focus on three main ones. So if you're focusing on content creation and pumping out like social media contents to attract your avatar, like your dentists or software engineers, who are you targeting to raise capital, then I want you to focus on three main applications, because this will help you supercharge it, and it'll help you create unlimited, amount of content creation. So the first one, I think you all heard, is Chat GDP. And the reason why I like Chat GDP is because it's a basic application everyone knows about. It's free, you can download for free. But I do recommend the paid version. It's $20 for the paid version. And it can do a lot for you. We could go through some examples of Chat GDP. And then Make.com is basically automation that connects everything together, and it creates a lot of processes. So think like Zapier. Zapier connects processes, but this connects like a numerous amount of processes. And it takes it on steroids basically. And then Buffer is basically a social media content platform where you can basically, what you do is you can take what I recommend you do is spend one day of the week, okay? And let's say the following week you want to post every single day in all your social media channels. Let's say you post in Twitter, X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, any platform you want to put in. You should delegate one day, plan out what you want, and then schedule it in. And there's a scheduler called Buffer that can schedule all the content. It can schedule and post it on a certain time frame. So we go through that. I think you don't understand the power behind this. Once you understand the power behind this tool, this could make you millions of dollars if you do it right and you use that power behind this. And the reason why I love using this every single day is because I can brainstorm ideas, so generate ideas. It gives me inspiration instantaneously. It can save time, boost efficiency, Because sometimes when you're like, you don't know what to ask or you don't know what you don't know, this is where you have to ask. You have to ask, okay, and I'll show you how to do how to ask the ChatGPT properly. And it tells you everything that you need to know. It tailors content to specific audiences, provides consistency and scalability. So you can scale with this because it's always there next to you. It's always by it's like you have on your phone, you have on the computer. And it supports many different kind of versions. It could be blogs, social media, email campaigns, and much more. So this is kind of like an AI, a bot assistant that's 24/7 and it doesn't sleep, doesn't rest. So you can always even schedule a task and ask, what can you do? And it will help you right there. So this is a very powerful tool that you can basically spend 20 bucks and it could be your chief marketing officer, your CFO, anything you can program it to do, it will be yours for 20 bucks a month. Okay. And there's some tools that you can add on, but it's a small, it's very, very minimal cost. It's like 10 bucks or 5 bucks, very, very little cost. So step one for your content creation is you need to set up your goal using Chat GDP. So what I want you to think is like this. Here you have like a 10 brain assistant combined in one, like a Jarvis and Marvel. So Iron Man Jarvis is right here. I want you to define what's your purpose of using Chat GDP. Are you using it to create content? Are you using it to create blogs? You're gonna write emails. You gotta think about what's your purpose behind this. And then once you have your purpose behind this, then you want to start strategizing, okay, who's your avatar? So do you have an avatar? Who is it? Is it who do you want to target to? What are you selling? Are you selling a book product? You want to raise capital? What is your audience? So you need to figure that one out. Then you gotta choose what's the best way you'll post. Is your favorite post LinkedIn? Is your favorite post Facebook? Where do they hang out? So where does your avatar hang out? Is it dentist? Is it whoever it is, where they hang out? You want to go to those groups and rooms to get to know them and post them. And you want to create content specifically for them. So you have to understand their mind, go into their mind and say, wait a minute, who are they? And what are they looking for? What are the pain points? And once you understand who they are, then you can target that, and that's how you're going to get a lot of leads coming to you as the professional expert in your field. So if you're looking to help raise capital, you're helping to buy a deal, then you have to become the expert in that field and show them your educational knowledge, your authority, your credibility. And that happens through time when you create educational materials and content, and the content will spread, and they will see that you're here and you're on the platform. Then I recommend you go on podcasts and speaking engagement on stage, so it elevates your height and status, and that's how you build a brand and get credibility. So that's the first step of harnessing the power of ChatGPT, is setting up a goal, defining what you want to do in your business, defining who's your avatar, and then choosing the right place to post in, and make sure it resonates with your target audience. So I know LinkedIn is a good place for. I have people looking at LinkedIn. I have some Facebook groups, and I do YouTube content, which people see me as well. To do this correctly, to effectively take advantage of Jarvis, you need to understand how it operates first, to understand how do you maximize potential. It's like garbage in, garbage out. If you're gonna say something like, "Hey, tell me what to say," or something very simple like that, it's just too basic. It's not gonna know. It's not gonna know what you really want. So your output will be diminished to like a low quality result. So what I recommend you understand to do is take this note. It's called a perfect prompt framework. So this is very important. What this means is, first you gotta tell Chad what kind of he should be acting as. So for example, let's say you're doing goal setting, and this is what I do. I say, give me a comprehensive, and I can show you an example of my goal setting. But so I want to go this points first, and then we'll go through a couple of examples so you understand what I mean. So you want to tell what the expert should be acting as. Whether the CFO, CEO, CMO, CIO, whatever you want to tell me, it has to pretend that expert, okay? Then you want to give ChatGPT background that's relevant to the task. So if you're looking at a marketing plan, you say exactly what you want completed in very detailed steps, so it knows how to give an output that mirrors the input. Then you ask your question, and at the end of text, if something that you're unclear of, you say, hey, chat, if you don't really know what I'm saying or you need more details, please ask for clarifications. Okay. So we'll go through an example of that in live, and I'll show you how that works. Okay. So you come in here. So let's say here's Chat GDP right here on my Macintosh. It's an app right here. It's download. Um, and what you do is so first you say type the X you want to be in. So you say you are a 1% top expert in marketing, in social media marketing. Okay. So that's your first step in the perfect prompt network. Um, then you say, give me the background and relevant tasks to be completed. Then you say, I am a real estate syndicator. So you tell about who you are, your background, and I am trying to get more passive investors into my CRM. And I am looking step by step guidance on how to attract them. And then you want to talk about your avatar. So you say, my avatar is, let's say, software engineers, okay, who, makes at least who are accredited investors, who are accredited investors, since you may want to file 6C, which you can advertise the deal and not B. And then you say, and after that, you come here, okay, and then so you say, give me a blueprint for my company, and act as our chief officer, marketing officer, to help us scale and grow. Scale and grow. Okay. Okay. And then you want to say, if you are unclear or have any additional questions, let me know. So once you run this, it's going to give you a very detailed plan. So when you run this, see, it says phase 1, highlight your track record. It's emphasize success and ROIs. So you should put a professional, like a deck or something to show them your track record, how many deals you have done, and everything else. Now, if you're new, then that's where I recommend you look for a mentor or a partner who's more experienced, because you have no track record to explain to yourself. Position Greystone as a premier AI enhanced syndication firm, optimizing brands, logos, case studies, which is really good, testimonials, call to action, okay. Define your avatar. So the age, the occupational, 200 more current investors, based on definition, they make 200,000 or more million net worth when they can invest in deals. You can advertise the deals as an operator. Build high value lead magnets. So magnets that they can understand very easily to invest. We have those on our website. Real life cash flow examples. LinkedIn domination is it a professional hub. Build weekly posts, case studies, investment tips. So you need to do this consistently, and you can generate ideas from ChatGPT itself to give you those ideas in content, so you can post on them. nature of the YouTube channels, email marketing funnels. So it gives you all these avenues to follow step by step. So once you play around with this, you can understand the power behind this and how it can be your kind of assistant. Okay. So that's one example of how you can use my perfect prompt framework, which is a very powerful way to prompt this properly. Because if you don't do it properly, you're going to get a low result, low yield answer, which you're not going to like. So you need to understand what's the right way and the wrong way to do things. Yeah. So this is kind of like a general framework for you to get going and use. And then once you get better and better at it, you can always ask questions after to refine the answer and give you different variations, and it will help you do that. And that's why this is very powerful, very, very powerful. It made it 1,000 times easier. You have to understand that 1,000 times easier to create content, create videos, that's AI generated basically. So now, for your content creation, you tell to yourself, "Oh, I don't." The problem with many people who help raise capital or operators, syndicators in my space, this is why they don't post much on LinkedIn or Facebook or anywhere else. It's because they don't know what to add. They don't know what to say. Like, oh, what should I say? I have no idea. Um, and they kind of give up because it's very tiring to post consistently every single day and every single week. So the easy way is as Chat GDP. Just you come in here and they say, give me give me. Hey, you are an expert in creating content. Okay, that's a first prompt. Okay, so go back to here. I'm creating content for me as a syndicator. Okay, and then say, I want you to give me next week content daily from Monday to Monday through Friday for me to post in LinkedIn. Okay, so as an example, let's give you a general example. And then my strategy is to get more leads into my CRM so I can convert them later on and nurture them through my content network and newsletters. Okay. So if you have any questions, please advise. Okay. So now it's going to give you some content about, a syndicator in multifamily. Okay. So I do multifamily. So to say that you hit run, and now you're really going to have basically this content where I recommend you spend one day, maybe 1 hour or so, and just schedule it, and I'll show you a different tool how you do that. So here's an example right here. Yeah, as a busy software engineer. So you can take this, you like it, you make small tweaks to yourself, you like it, and put a picture of yourself. So make it more like authentic yourself. So put a picture here somewhere, and that's one post right there. Case study. Here's another one. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. There you have it. You just copy and paste it, and now in literally like in less than like 30 seconds, you have all this. So that's how you scale your content unlimited, nonstop. You just keep asking, and it produces all the stuff for you. And all I recommend you do is go through it, personalize it, put some picture of yourself when you send it out, make kind of your own, and that's pretty much it. It should be it settle your process so much faster than you just taking your time to spend hours thinking about what should I write, what should I say. Then what you can also do is just take some articles and just rewrite yourself. So you take like so for example, a big guy in our space is it could be passive income. What's this guy's called? Dan Hanford, passive investing articles. So you can take your competitors who's very large and just look at one of his articles right here. So let's see if he has any new articles here. You could run a search on news articles in passive investing and it should pop up. So you have some 8 red flags here. Did you click on this guy? You just copy like this. You simply just paste it in here. Then you say, help me. I want you to rewrite this article to my human voice and tones and 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 show me 5 variations of it. And you hit run. And now you have 5 days of content based on all this. And you can pick and choose based on different articles. You can put like 5 articles, you can run it. So now you can say this, version 2. So this is totally different. This is kind of like similar, but he rewrote it. That basically you rewrote it. So it's your own now. And you could just copy and paste this, put a picture of yourself in there, and that's it, you're done. So here's another, example of what you can do with articles. You just recycle them and just reproduce your own content. So that's called turning blogs, social media posts, email campaign video scripts. Okay. And then you can use Chat GDP to have a consistent brand and image too. So if you want an image, you come in here and you can create some images. So let's say we try, see what my network is kind of boss. Okay. So let's say you want to create an image. So create an image for the last article and show me like 3 versions. And now it's going to process it. And you're going to get nice images from DALL-E, which is a kind of a mid-journey, which is kind of competitor of AI art. And they're going to create it for you inside this program right here. So it's integrated. It's kind of like integrated together in this program. So I just running it, I'm going to show you. Okay. So press arrow. And you can see to create some images for you that we just wrote about articles. So that's right there. That's one right there. Okay, so you can always create different variation of this thing, but it can create art for you basically on your article. So it can recycle scripts. It could turn emails and videos, even like anything you can see. It could turn it into basically a content for you that you can personalize yourself and then add pictures to it, and then you're done. And that's your posting for the week, So it gives you consistent brand and you schedule automatic release content. So if you see the power in that, please just show me some emojis in the chat room. Say, hey, this is great. I'm learning a lot, and this is amazing. Okay. What do we got here today? So show me if you like this content. Is it good? Okay, good. Okay, good. Awesome. Good, good. Because this is very powerful. It's help you in your business, help you grow, and I want you guys to do well. So now let's talk about this powerful software that you guys probably never heard of. This is a very, very powerful tool that I discovered and learned. I have mentors too. I believe every step of the way you need a mentor in life. So I recommend you always have a mentor to guide you, several of them if you need to. Is really need to always guide you to go to the northern light and always take you to a higher level, even if you're sort of you go higher and higher every single time, every single year. And in this one, this is a very powerful tool. I can show an example of it, how this works. It took me a couple of days to figure out how to program this thing. It's very confusing in the beginning, but I think I figured out how to use this software. So what it does first is this basically will take any application and will basically process it through like a kind of like a funnel. So let me show you an example because it's hard for me to explain this make.com thing. AI tools, make software automations, log in. So Google is my default sign-in, Greystone. So this is all free, guys. I have a link at the end. You can try for free, no cost. And then once you like it, there's an upgrade plan you can pay for if you like it. And it's not much money. It's not much money, these things. Um, so I can show you in this make.com. This is a very, very powerful software that they took probably months and months and years to build this one. So basically you get a scenarios tab here. And I'll go through one example that is simple and actually a more elaborate one. So in this situation, let's say we have a cookie company, Jonathan's Cookie Company. I have a small family business, for example. My daughter helps me, my wife helps me. She's the main person who makes the cookies, and she has a great recipe, chocolate chip cookies and double fudge. And what happens is we have a Google form online where you can click on it and say, oh, put an order in. So a Google form could be like, I can show you a Google form here, 1 second. Could be any, it's like an Excel like this, like an Excel like this. So and then you just get this and you put all your stuff in there. Okay. So just like an Excel. And basically in the form, you're gonna fill out, okay, I want to place an order, one chocolate cookie, your first name, your last name, and email. This is and what cookie it is. So let's say 4 lines, make it simple. In the form, it'll say what kind of cookie you want, how many orders, is it 1 or 2? What's your first name, last name, and phone number? And that's pretty much just all asking. Like simple. Let's make it very simple, like that. Then what you do is you come in here and you make plus module. So to get that Google form, you plus and you press Google Forms. And you just when you start, you say you want to watch response because when someone puts an order, it's gonna watch it like a hawk. And then you're gonna connect your Google account and you connect together these items. And what you're gonna have this form right here. Then what you do is you want to connect a platform to track who's ordering. So then you press plus, and it could be Google Sheets. And you want to add a row. You connect your Google account, you put your drive in this path, my Google Drive, and you choose a file. So you go in here and you simply choose what to call. You space some acquisitions or whatever it is. You just pick that folder and get that file and press save. So it's that simple. So once you do that, you can run it every 15 minutes, or you can run it every day. The default is 15 minutes. So when someone orders a cookie, it comes in here, and it processes it through here. So you're gonna have all these automations running, and it comes out in like an Excel, and the Excel will track what kind of order it is, what kind of cookie it is, who's the who's it from, and you can also plus another module and say, you know what, let's tell my daughter who's on Teams, hey, hey Julianne, we got an order coming in. Oh, she get a notification, like send a message. You log in, you create a connection, it gets connected. So my daughter, who's helping my wife, so okay, we got an order. We got an order, mom. Let's go take care of the order. So now the communication is all done in the family, so they know who it is. So you can see how powerful this is. This is just one simple example. I want to show you a very elaborate example that I have done for my social media content that I post on my medias. So this is me as a real estate person, real estate syndicator. So I have a Google Sheet that I can recycle any article like Dan Hanford has showed you, I put it in there. This AI bot called Perplexity, which is very concise, up to date on markets and information, is a very good tool to recycle to rewrite articles than Chat GDP. This is more general. This is a more laser focused application, which is free. Perplexity AI is similar to Chat GDP, just a competitor. It recycles it spits out here and routes to AI agents that I created. So I have three Jarvis. I have Jarvis. I have three of them here, one, two, and three. And what each one does has specific function. So this one I named it in this connection. I call him LinkedIn Assistant because all he does is post on LinkedIn because LinkedIn has a different flavor than Instagram. Instagram is more photo driven, right? And then this one is Facebook. So I click in here. I created an agent from scratch and say you're the Facebook assistant, and all I want you to do is post what's relevant and what's in that format for Facebook. Then I have one for Instagram here. And as you can see, you can build to like whatever you like. You can build one for X, you can build one for Twitch, and Reddit, whatever you want to do, you can put it all over here. There could be 10 or 20 of them. Um, then I said, you know what? I want you to create an image. So I put another agent, another Jarvis version 2, and use DALL-E, which is an image generator. I showed you how to create images. And it will put the text and image combination and post into my Facebook. And this could be done in less than 30 seconds. So as you can see, this is just another combination I did. If you want X, you can post, you can create another one, put it here. To go to X, you want to go to different, you can do like many scenarios in here. And you can go to your email, go to your Teams, and whoever you want, you can create a whole scenario here. So this is like a very powerful Zapier that connects everything and it outputs everything into the input and output funnels. So okay, this is a blueprint I created. It took me days to create this and figure out how to do this. But now I figure out how to do this. Now I understand how this works. This make.com. Is that helpful? You guys understand the platform? Just put some emojis on it so you understand this.
I have a question.
Yes. Who's this?
This is Jennifer Miranda.
Oh yes, yes. Hi.
Hi. So does this actually post or is this just giving you content to post and you kind of follow up with it?
No, it actually posts. It's posted to your LinkedIn, to your Instagram, and your Facebook. It does it for you.
Okay. And then like that Google Sheets, like that's like what's populated in there is what you were saying, like your prompts?
Oh no, I'll show you. I'll show you an example. I'll show you. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
post it, but
curious.
I'll show you. I'll show you an
I've never
example.
seen this. This is very interesting.
Yeah, it's a very powerful tool. It's a new tool. Let me go to my login and I'll show you. So Google Sheets. Okay, go to Google Drive. So you sign in here. There's a lot of brain power behind this software. It's a very amazing software. So in my drive, I have something called Make Automation, the Make.com automation, news, social media. And I just took some like my competitors like Canyon View, Dan Hanford Passive
Oh,
Investing. And all I do is just post it in here and you go in sequence. And what that does is it just recycles the information and it puts it in that language and just sends it out automatically.
okay.
So it makes it your own basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does that in
And
less
then
than
how often are you, so then like as far as maintenance, are you just like how often do you have to update like this Google Sheet to, to kind of recirculate things, or is that kind of happening through the system that you've set up in make.com?
no, so this is where you put it, you go to Google and let's say you spend like half an hour let's say every Sunday to
Oh,
post
okay.
to
And then
post like
update this. Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So then you go online, you find five articles, you dump it in here, and you press run and it automates it for you. That's it, you're done.
That's great. Okay, thank you.
So so that took less than like once you set up took less than like maybe 10 minutes, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the power of Make. Okay. So that's how it works. It takes your input, it recycles it here in this perplexity, it spits it out through this router, and I built three Jarvis, one, two, and three. for each individual identity and each individual task, and it spits it out exactly to LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Those are my three main channels.
Okay.
Okay, and then for YouTube, I create a content. I talk about on my own thing on YouTube, like kind of like a video thing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. So, everyone understand that? Any question that? Is that helpful? Show me some comments and an emoji. Is that good? Make.com, you like it? Okay, good, awesome. Awesome, good guys. I'm glad I'm giving you value. I want to give you value. I want to enhance your life. I want you to do well, okay? I want you to become multimillionaires. Okay, so now let's go to, okay, so this is a very powerful software called Make.com, okay? Automate social media posting, and do all your tools in one. It has millions of tools in there. It has like maybe I think 1,000 tools in there. You just pick them and which one you like. Okay. Um, Now I also use something called Buffer. If you don't know what that is, I can pull up the website Buffer, and this is free. And then after a certain version, you get pay for it. So you do the free version first and see how you like it. Buffer AI or something. Okay. So Buffer is a great tool. I recommend you do this if you like putting your pictures in there and make it very like your own. Get started for free and then you log in. Okay. Um, so there's a button you can log in here, get free. Let's go in here. I'll put my I know I have something here. Log in instead. This is where I have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook page, my Greystone, and my big group. I have 10,000 people in my group, Commercial Real Estate Investor Network, that I cultivated for like 2 or 3 years. And what I do is you simply make that post from Chat GDP and you schedule and like you spend like I said half an hour or less and you just schedule in here too. There's no scheduler. And you just go like a new post. Let's say LinkedIn here. You click on LinkedIn here. And you want to schedule tomorrow, Friday, Monday, every single day you can do it. And you just put new posts and you can have it write for you or you can write yourself. Drop the pictures in here. And then you just schedule it. You say, okay, let's say test, attach a photo. Okay. So this is me, AI art generated. So upload. Okay, that's me right there. Looks this is the most realistic AI I've seen. So yes, Vessi, it logs into your LinkedIn and it posts for you. So then you could just get from ChatGPT and paste it in here, put a picture of yourself, say, hey, everyone's a hero. Like everyone is a hero inside, right? And you talk about you could say whatever, at first when I was young, I was I was broke, hungry, and had no vision. I had trouble learning English, and was immigrant. And my parents, and this is true, by the way, don't speak English and only Chinese. So I was lost when I was a young child. You know, when I graduated college, I studied accounting and became a CPA, which was very hard, passed the exam. I realized in my corporate job, I was miserable. And this is true, by the way. This is not no falsehood. And I had my midlife crisis. Okay, this is where I was like 30 years old and I was like hating my job. You ever done accounting and tax? It's horrible. Don't do it. I mean, if you love that, it's like you have no life. You know what I'm saying? It's like okay. And basically, I had to do something better, and I decided to quit my job and my wife too. She was miserable to her job, and stay with my brother in Dallas to reset and take time off. Right? This is a true life story I'm telling you. I had to figure out my why in life. Basically, the question was, why am I so miserable? Why am I not happy? Even though I was doing very well in New York City, I was a head of tax. I was came from good school. Why wasn't I happy? Like, what was the purpose of my life? That was a big question. I had no idea. So then I realized that I used to own a condo and I like being a landlord. And I decided to hire a mentor, was Michael Blanc, right? And a program to kind of get me back into real estate and get my own life and get my own purpose and sense of bearings that, hey, you know what? I like real estate. I want to be my own business. I want to help others like who are stuck or confused like me back then and give them a purpose and why. And then so I could be able to financial freedom on them and say, you know what? Hey, your life is better than being stuck in a rat hole and working at Big Four, PwC or Deloitte when you working your asses off, you know? So this is what I would say something like this. Then you say, hey, you know what? But I realize everyone's a hero inside, right? And you can become the Superman you once saw when you're a kid. Everyone has superpowers. And something like that, and you post it, and everyone will like that post. Okay, that's an example of being real, being vulnerable, and being truthful, and people will resonate with that. Okay, because they don't want to see you bragging like, oh, you know, I did this, I have $1 million in dollars, I have 100 million. They don't want to see the bragging stuff. They want to see what's your human being, your real life. And you know what? Your up and downs. You know, even like in your marriage, your up and downs. That's how it is. So you always need to be humble, and be realistic, right? That's all you can do. You can do. And what I say is, you know, this something like this will resonate with people. Okay. Okay. So that's what I recommend. But this is buffer, and this is what you should do to schedule it. And it takes maybe less half an hour or less or something. You know, just schedule this thing out, and boom, you're done. I know John Nichols, who's my friend and colleague. Every Sunday, he spends like an hour or so. He does it manually posting. But if you do this in AI and all this stuff like that, you can do like half an hour less, you know. So I know my friend Ola does the same thing. He just spends like time he posts like in LinkedIn. Okay, so that's what I recommend you do.
In what situations would you use Buffer over Make.com?
I would say that honestly, if you want authentic, I'd rather use Buffer more.
Okay.
If you want like generic stuff, to recycle it and just spit it out, then that's a filler, you know.
Okay.
But if you want to be like John Nichols and these guys who are posting every single day, who looks like a really like a really true story, then I recommend you Buffer because you can get kind of from Chat GDP, but I want to make it your own and attach a picture to you, and that's how you make it like human, you know.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. Yep.
yeah, and there's a way to train. I mean, in my course, I'll show you later, but I'll show you how to train. I use advanced blueprints, what I do, but that's advanced level. But Buffer is a great way to do that. It's free. There's no money. All this stuff is free, by the way. Besides ChatGPT, I recommend you pay the $20. Okay. So what I want you to come back to is this. Do you know Napoleon Hill? Have anyone read this book? Yes. Okay. Good, great. So what I want you to think is like this. This guy's a genius, man, this guy Napoleon Hill. Back in this is like a long time ago. This is not even like in modern times. Definitely a purpose. You need a purpose in life. You need what's your goal? What's your foundation success? You know, so what is it? What are you trying to do? First of all, I want to know what your why is, what makes you happy, and then I want you to follow that. That becomes your burning desire, right? So what's your why? Do you love real estate? Do you like helping people? What is your why? That's what you need to first define. If you're like totally lost, you have no clue, you gotta figure out what's it, who's yourself, number one, and then what do you want to do? That's what you gotta figure out. That's the number one question. Then number two, what's your burning desire? Like what motivates you? Why do you want to spend every single day of your life doing this? Right? Monday to Friday, you sit in your office, in your desk, you can do this every, what motivates you? What helps you, you know? And what I realized was it's not money. Even like Rock Cleef told me, here's my podcast, and I said, Rock Cleef, he said, you're a successful, syndicator, and everyone looks up to you. These guys, Joe Fair, Rock Cleef. I'm like, well, what the hell is it? He's like, you know what? I realize I had all the money, the houses. I wasn't happy. I said, you want me happy? I gave teddy bears to little kids on Thanksgiving, holiday, and Christmas who are orphans, have no family. And I was very happy with doing that. That made me happy. And that's the important thing. You have to figure out, is it giving back? Is it something that makes you happy? And you have to move forward in that burning desire to make you go forward. Because that's the only way you're gonna be successful, right? If you want to be like multi-million, you have to know what the hell this is, like burning desire. And once you know that, then you figure out, then you work toward that desire, right? So faith, believe in your abilities to achieve your goals. So you have to have faith, right? Faith means, what if you have, you gotta believe in it. All right. So it's whatever it is, try to have faith in some kind of faith. I mean, it's yourself or higher power, source, spirituality, whatever it is. You have to have some kind of faith, so that takes you to higher levels, right? It's your North Star. When you look up at night, when you need a North Star, you need a shining light to help go forward. That's what you need in life, because life is very hard, right? It's like a struggle, it's a journey. Then the last thing is you need people who really want you to grow, who want to support you, who wants to be accountable, right? So you have to be strong who likes you, who wants to be part of your group and part of your expertise. Yeah. Okay, Kang, yeah. But I'll record this, Kang. I'll send you a recording. But
Thanks,
basically,
Jonathan.
yeah, yeah, Kang. Okay. Have a good night. And you gotta go. I'll send you a recording. Thanks. So, so what's very important here is saying that, yep, so I'm in like several mastermind because I believe in the power of mastermind. I believe in having mentors and people who are ahead of you who can hold you accountable and share expertise. It's very important. This is how you go. That's how I went from like zero to like over 100 million. This is how I went from like zero to 16 deals in 4 full cycles. Right? I joined Michael Blanc mentorship, and then I had a Hunter Thompson. I had other people like that I joined. Different masterminds. So always find someone who you resonate with and join with them and hold them accountable. Okay, this is very critical. And what he has three main words. If you remember, he says, "Do it now." 3 words. He said, "Don't wait. If you wait like 5, 10 years down the road, you're gonna regret that you didn't do it now." So he says, "Do it now. Do it now. Do it now." Okay. So now let's talk about what does it do to you? It helps accelerate success from proven strategy and costly mistakes. Makes you think bigger, achieve more, because if you do it as together as a group, it pushes you further, and you have to be uncomfortable to grow. So you have to understand something. When you do this business, any kind of business, you have to go out of your comfort zone to grow. Because if you're comfortable in your own world, you're stagnant. So you have to push the boundary, be uncomfortable, but under a guidance of an experienced partner who help you minimize your risk. You can fast track the growth and knowledge in your circle. You can stay laser focused and expand your network and turn ideas into action. Okay, that's the key of mastermind. That's why I invest for over 100,000 a year in mastermind, because I want to be educated. I want to be a top, like Tony Robbins, top notch who I can be like, the guy Dr. Pimp Khan, the guy. So all those guys like that, okay. So I decided that, what, I created a great mastermind, the Greystone X Mastermind. So my students are on the call here. And basically, yes. And basically, you can learn how to raise capital effectively, gain knowledge from online course and AIs, how to get one-on-one coaching, partner to the deals that we do together. Okay, we do deals together, hands-on experience, and you have access to industry experts like I'm part of the room with the CEO of Blockbuster, 7-Eleven, the former CEO, okay? Billionaires, networking together, and those annual retreats. So Conrad, you want to tell about your story, Conrad?
Sure, yeah, I'll tell real quick. So
Yeah.
I'm an accountant full time by day. Got started in single family investing about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Wanted to start, didn't know where to start, so figured I better learn from somebody who was farther along the journey ahead of me. So that's where I got introduced to Jonathan and his mastermind and coaching group. So he's been able to help me mostly kind of think outside of my limiting mindset and gain more confidence, not only around the technical things around underwriting and analyzing multifamily deals, but also how to grow my investor base, nurture relationships, and have those conversations. Already a part of 2 deals and looking for a lot more down the road. So it's been a great experience so far, and I recommend it to anybody looking to scale up their real estate business or whatever other business you're in. If you're wanting to raise capital or learn some AI tips and tricks, or just really grow in whatever space you're trying to become an expert in.
Student.
Met Jonathan. I've been Jonathan's student almost a year and a half now. The ride has been uh, bumpy, but satisfying. I came into the Michael Block program originally 2022. Prior to that, I was a real estate investor in residential, 2 flats and fix and flips. And then I decided to go up to that full time after retiring from a 23-year career um, in law enforcement. Um, Through that journey, Jonathan has been with me pretty much every step of the way, showing me the ins and outs of the real estate syndication industry. He served as my KP on a couple of deals of mine, but this recent deal we just had success with myself, Conrad, and Jonathan. It's a 113 unit deal that we just closed in December. So,
Huh.
uh, yeah, so, have faith, learn, and uh, and pay attention, and success will come. Just put the work into it.
Okay. Great. Great. I said to my success cases, my students. So if you're interested in learning more, book a time to do a call with my team. If you want a free checklist from me, all the tools I use is like 7 or 8 of them. You can scan here and get a free checklist for yourself. And I wish you, grow in success. If you need a mentor, you want to grow part of the team, you scan here and look forward to talking to you. Thank you guys. And any other questions? We'll take questions now, Q&A, and then we'll wrap it up.